Hey YouTube, Kangman09, and today I'm just gonna do kind of a review and overview of the Nitro planes, or also Banana Hobby Sky Trainer. This is not the FMS one, although I really like the FMS one that Tanner has, and so I'm probably gonna get not the Sky Trainer or Cessna, but probably the Corvallis TT, because I've seen that plane like a lot of times in person, and I really like the way it looks in real life. So this is actually that Sky Trainer with the black taped windows, and it doesn't even look like a Cessna at all. Actually, it looks like some crappy target plane, but it actually flies pretty good, and it's got a pretty good brushless motor for how cheap it was. It was only $100, and it's about the size of maybe a Horizon Hobby Super Cub, but it's like a Cessna, so I really like that feature. And flying wise, it actually flies really well. I was surprised to see it fly this well. And it's pretty sturdy. It can take a lot of hits. So what I did actually, because it, as you can see, it is not the black foam windows that it comes with. I cut out the black foam because I really didn't like it, and I replaced it with clear plastic, so it's like a clear window now. I did that to all 5 of the windows all around, and I like it much better. I like the way it looks much better, even though there's a lot of tape, but like I just didn't like the black windows at all. So yeah, that's what I did, and it only took like maybe a half hour to do the whole thing. Just cut out the foam, cut out the pieces from like maybe one of those big soda bottles, big plastic soda bottles, maybe like 2 quarts or whatever, and then fit the pieces. And so, yeah, overall, in like a review standpoint, the plane flies good. It's got some pretty good controls. It uses a lot of rudder, so you might have to get used to that if you're not used to using rudder. I'm pretty used to it, so I didn't have any trouble with it. And it went together pretty quickly. The tail section, as you can see, there's a lot of glue because I've been flying it in my yard, which isn't the best airport, but I've only got about 15 feet to land, and there's trees all around, and it handles and maneuvers through everything like really well. I was surprised how good it could do that. So as like a trainer plane, I would suggest it. As a scale plane, I would suggest it if you're going to do this. You can make it look pretty nice. Yeah, some things I don't like. One thing is on the steerable nose gear. If you try and turn it when you're on the ground, when you're going too fast, it just completely turns sideways and just stops. And so what I did to kind of help with that problem is there's like a coil right here, kind of like a spring in the metal. And I kind of unwound that so that the nose sat a little bit higher off the ground, and that dealt with the problem pretty good. Didn't seem to have that anymore. And another thing is the adapter or whatever for this prop is terrible, and I don't know, Banana Hobby or Nitro planes failed at like designing a proper adapter, and the one it comes with just stripped instantly after like 2 flights. I had to take it off, so I put this screw on there, and then another screw, and it still kind of falls off, but you can put it back on, and it'll last in the air, so you don't have to worry about it falling off if you just screw it back on with the other 2 screws that they give you. So I guess that kind of counteracts the problem. And then another thing is when on the ailerons, to adjust them, you have to snap it off this little swivel that it's on, because there's 1 servo, which actually, it holds up pretty good, and it gives you a nice amount of control for only 1 servo. Usually the 1 servo isn't enough to power both the ailerons, but since this is such a small plane, I didn't really have any trouble with it. But when I was taking these off when I took them off, kind of give it some more throw and move the push rod here in, this one snapped, and I'm not sure when that one's going to snap, but probably not going to be too long from now. So I had to redesign the whole mechanism with a screw and the nuts on the other side to make it work again, but it does work again. And if you need any help with that, you can just comment. And the last thing that I do not like at all about this plane was the landing gear on the back, trying to put them on. I mean, they roll fine and stuff, and they got these little wheel fairings, so that's nice, but like they made it, they're like, oh, use this banana hobby glue to keep the plastic attached to the foam. And if anybody's ever used any type of modeling glue at all, you'll know that two different surfaces cannot be glued together with regular modeling glue. So I went ahead and used zip ties, and although it does not look the scaleless, you can't notice them at all from the ground because it's like this. You can't see them from the air because they're white, and they keep the landing gear on really good. These are not going to come off, and that's what I like, how sturdy these gear are. You can pretty much roll through anything on landings, and they will not fall off. So it's a pretty good aspect. Overall, I would rate the plane for the price, how good it flies, and how nice you can make it actually look. I'll give it about a maybe 8 out of 10. So that's my review, and look for more reviews and other videos coming soon.